Godot 4.4 is getting closer to release, and I'm really excited about the quality of life improvements and new features that it will offer. The team has been hard at work fixing all the bugs that were found in the beta. This video is not going to be a deep dive into this, but I'll go over some of the latest updates and why testing is so important, and also how you can support Godot's development. Plus, we'll take a look at some key improvements and known issues. Let's get started. This video is based on an article over on the GodotEngine.org by Thaddeus Cruz on the 30th of January 2025. I will leave a link to it in the description if you'd like to check it out. Over the past 2 weeks, the Godot team has been busy squashing bugs from the 4.4 Beta 1 release. Even though the last snapshot brought a bunch of new features, they are now officially in what they're calling the feature freeze stage. That means no new features, just bug fixes and polishing to make sure everything runs smoothly. The focus right now is on fixing any regressions, basically things that worked before but broke in this update, as well as any other major issues that pop up. What's the goal? The goal is a stable and polished 4.4 release as soon as possible, which may be as soon as sometime next month, which will be March 2025 from the time of making this video. Of course, with any beta release, there are still some known issues, as mentioned before. Right now, the team is focused on fixing regressions, as well as any major new bugs. A couple of big ones include crashing when baking Lightmap 3D after adding transparency support, and Android exports not updating properly after the first export. If you're running into issues, you can check out the GitHub issue tracker to see what's already been reported. The list is constantly being updated as more and more users test the beta, so keep an eye on it. The release date for Godot 4.4 isn't set in stone yet. It could be next month, but it really depends on how quickly new bugs get squashed. That's why user testing is so important. The more people who try out the beta and give feedback, the faster the team can catch and fix these issues. If you're using Godot, now is a perfect time to download the beta. Test your projects and report any problems you may find. If you're like me and only make games for game jams or as a hobby and are barely scratching the surface of what Godot offers, then this may not necessarily apply to us first. But if you'd like to report a bug, as a tester, they encourage you to open bug reports if you experience issues with this release, but request that you please check the existing issues on GitHub first, using the search function with relevant keywords. To ensure the bug that you're experiencing is not already known, the easiest way to do this is by using the links provided in the article I mentioned. According to the article, this beta comes with a ton of improvements. 76 contributors have submitted 142 changes so far. If you want to see everything that's been updated, you can check out the interactive changelog for a full breakdown. And if all this is new to you, I have a video that explains how the bugs are reported and handled, and what the codes mean. I will leave a link to it in the description and at the end of this video as well. And if you haven't already, now is a great time to try out the web and Android editors. Yes, that's right, you can even use the web and Android versions of Godot to make games. But keep in mind, these versions may be a bit limited to what type of game you can make. It's important to note that if you're interested in testing the Android version for this release, you'll need to request access to the testing group. There are lots of exciting updates in the works, so now is a great time to jump in and explore. Godot is an amazing free and open source engine, but keeping it that way takes a lot of work. It's developed by a passionate community of volunteers and a small team of paid contributors, so donations play a huge role in keeping development going, helping developers focus on improving the engine instead of worrying about funding. So if you love using Godot and want to support its growth and can afford it, it's worth to consider contributing financially. Every little bit helps in keeping the project thriving. Godot 4.4 is shaping up to be a solid update, but the final release depends on testing and community support. Thanks for watching. We discussed a lot today, all substance and no nonsense. I do hope this video was helpful to you in some way. Let me know in the comments what you think of the latest updates. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll know when I upload another video. And speaking of my other videos, why not check out another one of my videos here? This has been The Ragu Games.